of September 9th, 2024. Roadrunners just wrapped up the UTSA Invitational and now look towards the Roadrunner Classic. Coach, if you could start us off with an opening statement, and then we'll open it up to questions.
Yeah, it was great to be back home. Had four matches at home with great crowds, great energy, some really good volleyball. So it was really fun to be at home, and looking forward to being at home again this weekend.
Coach, what did you learn about your team this week that maybe you didn't know before you played these three matches?
I think one of the biggest things we learned, and one of the things that excites me the most, is that they didn't give up. We got tested against Texas State. Had a little blunder in the first set, and they battled back and won. They battled in the third set. We eventually fell short, but learned a lot from that match. Came out really, really strong on Saturday, winning 2 matches and playing really, really clean. A little bit slow against Incarnate Word, I would say, and then bam, they weren't going to die. They weren't going to give up and push it to a fifth set and 17-15 in the fifth set. I mean, it's anyone's game at that point, and we always talk about that. So I think we're really starting to turn it on and play better volleyball, and really trust the game plan and what we're doing. So I'm excited to see that going into this weekend.
You had definitely a special moment on Saturday with some first responders at the event. How important is it for you and your program to kind of recognize these hometown heroes?
I mean, they're what makes San Antonio go. Without them and what they do behind the scenes, and we may not even realize how much they are doing for us, and their why and how much they give to this community, and the fire station right down the street, who is our specific first responders, and just being able to meet people out and about that have great pride for San Antonio. That's something that's really important to our program and something really important to me. So it was really cool to see him at the game. I think the whole unit of the fire station downtown was here, and that chief was a alumni, which is always super cool. So obviously even more pride for UTSA.
A newcomer really impressed me this past weekend, Martina Franco. What impact has she had on your team so far?
Yeah, I think you always hope as freshmen that they can come in and contribute and elevate your gym and make things more competitive, and Martina has done just that. She has a lot of volleyball experience. She's played with U21 team, with the senior team in Argentina a little bit. So her worldly experience and her ability to just kind of sustain is really impressive as a freshman. And sometimes you may see some of those moments as a freshman, or not maybe quite understanding the severity of things or the back-to-back matches. But I think she did really, really well, and she's really starting to figure out. People are starting to get comfortable with her. I think one of the things that impressed me most is her defense this weekend. She really stepped it up in the back row and had a lot of digs. So defensively helped us keep things alive.
You got depth at the center position, but I think McKenna has really been impressive and was named to the all-tournament team. What do you like about what you're seeing from her?
Yeah, and Kenna's been here with us for a year, so she's been in the gym. She knows our expectations. She knows what we're looking for, and she's a hard worker. She wants to do well for her team. She wants to do well for this university, and I think that's something, again, that we're just trying to push forward. Volleyball is such a team sport, and there's multiple team sports, but we are directly affected by the person to the left and right of us touching the ball, and she really cares deeply about her relationships and what she's doing, and I think she's starting to figure out, with the tutelage of Emily DeWalt, and obviously her setting experience, really figuring out what we want and how to make things go, how to isolate some of our hitters and execute on a high level. So it's really fun to see.
Yeah, speaking of your coaching staff, you have a new staff this year, but some players some coaches who have played really high level volleyball. What have they brought to your team?
Experience. I mean, and they're young, so I think it's kind of revives, have this renewed sense of energy in the gym. They've just done it and are currently doing it. Mackenzie Adams is still playing, Maggie's still playing, Emily just graduated, so they have that sense of, I'm a little old, if I have to say so myself. I did it, but I did it 20 years ago. They did it 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They're still doing it. And so I think there's the respect that the girls have for them, and that they can draw from their experiences and what they've been through, and it's just really fresh. But they have really great coaches' eyes for as young as they are, and new to coaching. Obviously not new to volleyball, but new to coaching. So it's been really nice having those conversations on the bench, in between sets, in film sessions. That they're really bringing a lot of energy and just a lot of knowledge of the game.
You have 3 teams coming in this weekend for the Roadrunner Classic, including Power 5 Alabama. how will those three teams challenge you and make your team better?
Yeah, all very different teams. Central Arkansas is really, really middle heavy, which we haven't seen a team that really, really pushes the middles like they do. From the film I've seen, Alabama certainly is physical, being a Power 4 school and playing in the SEC. And Sam Houston is always tough. Veteran coach there that has done things for a long time and done things the right way. Great respect for Brenda and her staff. So I'm excited to continue to get pushed. We put this preseason schedule together so that we could make sure that we can get ready for conference. And these teams are going to do that. They're going to bring great crowds, obviously a big name, then a little rivalry within the state, and just a coach that has been at Central Arkansas for a long time doing some great stuff. So excited about the weekend.
One of the aspects of Friday is that you have an opportunity to bring a lot of your campers back. How special is that for you, and how much do you enjoy with the younger volleyball players?
Yeah, that's everything for me. That's part of our job is maintaining, obviously, our out in the community and mentorship and role models for these young athletes. I was in that position. Our players were in that position where we were younger and we had goals and dreams to be where our players are right now, to be where I am coaching right now. So to be able to have them in the gym, learning from our players, watching our players, getting to know our players. One of the things that I am the most proud about our team and our players specifically is their relationships that they build with campers, fans, and people that come to our games. So it's always really special when they're back in the gym, seeing their camp coaches playing and doing the things that they want to do in the future.
Mia Sorensen is obviously you expect it, but really strong offensively this past weekend, named to the all-tournament team. What are your thoughts on her play at this point?
Yeah, she's starting to get going again. I think she's starting to click. Her and Kenna have a relationship. I think they're continuing to build on that relationship and really feeding off of what each other needs. And we're asking her to make big plays and big moments, and she's doing that for us. And I think sometimes it can be a burden, but I think she handles it really well, and we just continue to have great communication. And one of the things I respect most about her is her care for her team, what she wants to put in, how she gets out of that those relationships. But she works really, really hard, and we push her and we ask her to do a lot, and I think she's handling it and answering the call for sure.
How do you think these matches you played so far will help your team as you get ready for conference play towards the end of the month?
Yeah, I obviously certainly wish one or two of those would be wins, but they're really putting us in pressure situations. And I think we're going to be in those situations in conference play. We're going to be in back-to-back games in conference play. We're going to have to play on the road and then come home and play a game. Some of the teams in our conference have some big-time wins right now. So I think it's just helping us be in pressure situations, be in situations where we have to problem solve, come from behind, stay ahead in the count, all of those type things. And that's what you're looking for earlier in the season. And we're just hoping that we're playing our best volleyball as we get into conference play.
Thank you, Coach. I'm good, Ryan.
I think that wraps things up from head UTSA volleyball coach Carol Price-Torok. Thanks, everybody.